Read every day something which is other than your school book. Maybe it's a spiritual book, whether it's a knowledge book, general knowledge book, or you've come across a nice article to read, read. Even if it's one page of reading, get into a habit of reading.
Hello everyone, my hobby is to read storybooks. I have read more storybooks and I have read more stories by myself. And I will love to draw mandala art. Mandala art is a stress master.
Hello everyone, I don't have much leisure time to do my hobbies. But whenever I am free, I love painting, gardening, cycling, and I love the most is playing basketball. I can show you my painting. Besides this, I also love reading books. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my hobbies are to reading books. For example, reading books like encyclopedic books like space and nature encyclopedic books. And I like to draw very much like this. Besides drawing and reading books, I like to play badminton, cycling and chess. I love to play the instrument keyboard very much. Thank you.
Hello everyone.
My hobbies are book reading, calligraphy, drawing, gardening. I love sports, especially I like badminton and cricket. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. You might guess have my hobby by seeing this greenery behind me. If not, then let me tell you, I love to do gardening. Apart from it, I also love to listen music, read books, and also to play outdoor sports. Thank you.
जय थारी माँ।
जय थारी माँ।
थारी माँ, मम्मी जय थारी माँ।
जय थारी माँ।
हमारे बच्चों को लॉट्स ऑफ लव। हमारी ऑडियंसेस का स्वागत है, आइए ज्वाइन करें। आज हमारे 89 सेशंस पूरे हुए। मई के महीने में हम अपनी बुक रीडिंग को मंडे को रखेंगे और जून से विद मास कृपा विल बी बैक टू आवर फ्राइडेज। सो अब मंडे का मन में रखिए, 5 to 6 मंडे को करेंगे। बच्चों, your paintings were fascinating. The paintings that we just saw were lovely. Don't give up that. Keep painting, keep sketching, keep gardening,
Thank you, ma'am.
keep reading, keep doing all of that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Our children, bless you. Our children will talk about their unsung heroes and then ask you their deep thoughts and their questions. But before that, a small clip on their unsung hero. Then, Mummy, over to you. हाँ जी, आप मम्मी शुरू करें जी।
So welcome children. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Good
ma'am.
afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
So here is somebody from Jalandhar. Titiksha, 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 right?
Titiksha. Titiksha.
Titiksha. And we have Rithi Vadni. What
Rithi.
difficult names.
Rithi. Call her Rithi. Rithi.
Rithi Vadni. Vadni. From Puducherry. Hey, which part of Puducherry?
Yes, ma'am.
Which part of Puducherry?
Mutyalpet.
Oh, right. Wonderful. Happy to
Thank
see
you,
you.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Did we meet each other when I was in Pondicherry?
Yes, ma'am, I have met you.
How?
Ma'am, in small age, you're an Lieutenant Governor. When I came to the beach, I will see you when you're walking.
Oh,
And
lovely. Lovely. Now the beach is good there, isn't it?
yes, ma'am.
Big beach now. The sand is back.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it clean? Is the beach clean?
Yes, ma'am. Very clean.
That's nice.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good. Lovely to see you. Riti, lovely.
Thank you, ma'am.
So you from Muthirpet.
Yes, ma'am.
Lovely. So Yuvraj, where are you from? Patiala.
Yes, ma'am.
What is Patiala famous
Punjab,
for?
ma'am. It's famous for that the turbans and the suits of ladies, ma'am.
Ah, the Patiala cups, the Patiala mugs.
Yes, ma'am.
And what is Jalandhar famous for, Titiksha?
Ma'am, sports goods.
Ah, that's nice. Are they still making them?
Yes, ma'am.
They're still making them?
Yes.
And
This,
Sucharita. Huh? Sorry, Titiksha, what did you want to say?
ma'am, I was saying there is a market of sports in Jalandhar.
Yes, yes. Has it grown? Has it been the same? Is it growing or is it the same?
Ma'am, I mean that it is growing, like upgrading things.
Ah,
More and more shops are there. I've been there for 2 to 3 times.
ah, very nice. And Sucharita. Sucharita.
Yes, ma'am. Sucharita.
Yeah. So what, you from Neville?
Neyveli, ma'am. Kadalur
Mm.
district.
Yeah, you from Cuddalore. That's also close by to Puducherry.
Yes, ma'am.
What are you famous for?
Ma'am, it's famous for coal, ma'am. Lignite coal.
Yes, yes. You have a famous power plant there.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm. And they've got a great school. Neville does a lot of work there in the area. And we have two people from Jalandhar. Is Kamakshi is also from Jalandhar.
Yes, ma'am.
How come we got two from Jalandhar, Saina?
Mama, today is Jalandhar Day.
You got two of them from Jalandhar. So Kamakshi, you tell me, what else is Jalandhar famous for besides sports goods? Kamakshi, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
What else is Jalandhar famous for
Ma'am,
besides sports?
sports.
Yeah, besides sports, any other?
Ma'am, Shri Devitla Mandir.
Sitla Mandir. Acha.
Ma'am, Devitla Mandir.
Devitla. What is that?
Ma'am, religious place.
Hmm? Very religious place. You know more about it, Diksha?
Yes, ma'am.
What
Ma'am,
is it?
it's Shakti Peeth of Ma Sati,
Acha.
and it's very famous. Many of the people from many parts of the country come here to pray to Ma. It's very big and very beautiful inside. There's a cave too.
Uh-huh. That's nice. Have you been there?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Kamakshi, have you
Every
been
month I
there?
go there.
Wow.
Yes,
Have you
ma'am.
been? Oh, that's lovely. That's
And I'll
wonderful.
also share my memory of Jalandhar. When I was very small, my father, he used to live in Amritsar. Now he's moved beyond. So जैसे ही ट्रेन में जलंधर स्टेशन आ जाता था, तो इट वाज टाइम टू, हम उसी टाइम सारी तैयारी शुरू कर देते थे टू पैक कि अब अमृतसर आने वाला है. बिकॉज आई यूज्ड टू हैव सो मेनी डॉल्स विद मी दैट वो सब सब पैकिंग शुरू हो जाती थी. बस जलंधर के बाद यूज्ड टू सिट अटेंशन कि अभी अमृतसर आने वाला है और हमको उतरना है. सो आई हैव दैट मेमोरी.
Lovely. So great. You've all done your Rithi Vadhani. What's Muthiapet famous for?
Pulcher is famous for Harsham and beach too.
Hmm, lovely. What class are you in?
I'm going to grade 9, ma'am.
That's nice. What's the name of your school?
Sri Shankara Vidyalaya Higher Secondary School, MG Road, Puducherry.
Right. Okay, Titi, go ahead. What would you like to share about your unsung hero?
My unsung hero is Sardar Udham Singh. This is a story that I had heard from my father, and I had more inspired and searched about him in Google. I like to tell that story in this session. I don't know how many of them know about him, but he is not very popular freedom fighter. We all know about Jallianwala Bagh assassination, which took place on 13th April 1919. A large peaceful crowd had gathered at the Jallianwala Bagh in Amritsar to protest against the arrest of pro-Indian independent leaders Dr. Saifuddin Kichler and Dr. Satyapal. In response to the public gathering, the Michael Francis O'Dwyer surrounded the protesters with his Gurkha British Indian Army unit, Sikh Regiment and 52nd Sikh Regiment. The Jallianwala Bagh could only existed by one side as its other three sides were enclosed by buildings. After blocking the exits with his troops, he ordered them to shoot the crowd. Continuing to fire even the protesters tried to flee. The troops kept on firing until the ammunition was exhausted. Estimates of those killed vary between 379 and 1,500 people plus, and over 1,200 and other people were injured, of whom 192 were seriously injured. After hearing this news, Udham Singh decided to donate himself to the revenge of the Michael Francis O'Dwyer, who is the main reason for this assassination. He learned the shooting techniques. At the age of 40, he heard a news that Michael Francis O'Dwyer is participating in a public function in London on 13th March 1940. He suddenly goes there and shoots at Michael Francis O'Dwyer in two bullets on his right lungs. On the spot, he had died in the public function itself. But the and he proudly tells that now you can shoot me. And he handed over the gun in front of the function. But the soldiers didn't shoot him. They handed over him to the court. On 31st July 1940, he hanged for his murder of Michael Francis O'Dwyer for his um, shooting. Why he is not popular means the government tells that the revenge is not the solution for all the problems. But he also did not shoot for himself. He shoot for the people who died in the Jallianwala Bagh assassination. So I selected him for this session. I had inspired a lot from the story, ma'am.
Very nice. Very nice. All the way while being in Puducherry, you've identified a person who did it in North India.
Yes, ma'am.
How?
And my
What
father
made you
tells
think
the
it?
most. My
Riddhi,
father
What
tells
made
can
you
you hear
more
choose
us?
stories.
Puducherry?
Ma'am, sorry,
Are
I
you
couldn't
having
get your
a
voice.
connection to some? Yeah, now it's okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You were having
Sorry
some
for that.
connection issue. No, it's okay.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry for that. I selected him because of my father. My father tells more stories like that. I will daily hear some stories about any freedom fighters or any gods like that, ma'am. Among
Wow.
that, I select
When
him.
does he tell you? When does he tell you? We'll come back to her.
Rithi will join back. She's
Yeah,
having a
we'll come back to Rithi. Yeah, we'll
Rithi
come
will
back to
try.
Rithi later.
Yes, Sujata, try getting Rithi back with her.
But a very lovely child who says the father tells me the stories every day.
Yes,
How
yes,
wonderful.
yes.
All the difference it makes, isn't it? Okay, let's go to Titiksha.
Rithi, Rithi. Yes, Rithi.
Titiksha, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
This is your unsung hero.
Ma'am, my unsung heroine is Sarla Devi Chaudhary. She was an educationalist and political activist who found Bharat Shri Mahamandal in Allahabad in 1910. She was the first woman to upgrade the women's labor, and Bharat Shri Mahamandal was the first women's organization in India. One of the primary goals of this organization is to promote female education. The organization opened several offices in Lahore and parts of Delhi to improve the situation of women all over the India. I'm inspired by her as she took the step for women emancipation.
Why did you choose her?
Ma'am, because she took the step to upgrade the level of women's.
How did you identify her?
I've searched for many of the freedom fighters since I was in class 8, and I got to know about her and I liked her very much.
Mm. You've been searching for freedom fighters before doing the book reading or on your own as a student, or was it in the interest of is preparing for book reading?
Ma'am, no, as I have many books, school books, and many other reading books, I have uh, been searching for them. Like Bhagat Singh is not unseen hero, so I didn't choose him.
Good, Titiki. That's a nice, very good. Very happy to
Thank you,
hear
ma'am.
that you made your choice and certainly look for an unsung hero, isn't it? Riti, I'll come back to you a little later again once this internet connection is improved. Okay, Riti?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, good. Okay, let me go to Yuvraj.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my favorite unsung hero is Sohan Singh Bhakna. The freedom of movement of India was not merely of a handful of people, rather it was a whole collective India fighting for the British against the Britishers. Punjab and Bengal were the prominent regions from where the freedom fighters were born. The starting of the freedom fighters from Punjab was done by Sohan Singh Bhakna only. He was from a very poor household. In 1906 or in 07, anti-colonization bills were passed. For revolting against these, he organized a revolt, and then he never looked back for the independence. He kept continuously asking and being was hungry for independence of India. Due to his poor household conditions, he had to migrate Seattle, England. There also he kept on his work of against the Britishers. There he worked as in a timber industry, and then when all his loans were paid off, he spent all his uh, left life earnings on revolting against the Britishers. On the same time, in early 19s, the many Punjabis and Indians faced racial discrimination, mainly on the Pacific coast of England. So he tend to bring all them together under one organization, and he named it the Pacific Coast of Hindustan Association. This association started releasing its newspapers in Hindi and Urdu languages, which showed the real face of Britishers to the Indians and other people. Due to this, many youngsters and teenagers were motivated to revolt against the British. Because of this newspaper, the party was renamed to Gadar Party, and Sohan Singh became its first president. This was the main party who was behind the formation and making the Kartar Singh Sraba a revolutionary, which in turn formed Bhagat Singh a revolutionary. So it is not false to say that Sohan Singh Bhakna laid a foundation stone which for revolutionaries in Punjab.
Very good. But you, Patiala is famous for more, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. The
What else?
royalty of
Huh?
Patiala is famous. The
Yeah.
royalty of Patiala.
Mm, great. Thank you, Yuvraj.
Yes.
Thank you. Let's go to Sucharita.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my unsung hero is Tirupur Kumaran. He was famously known as Kodikatha Kumaran, and he was from Tamil Nadu, and he was born on Chinnamalai, which is presently in Erode district, Tamil Nadu, and his family was handloom weaving, and he couldn't afford his education. His family couldn't afford his education, and at age of 19, he started to continue his education as assistant in spinning mill, and while the independence movement was the gaining movement in the country, and he was found himself to be influenced, and he was also inspired by Mahatma Gandhiji's principles and ideals, and he began to participate in many of the demonstrations and associations as well, and he was one among the young participating revolutionary associations, and he began and his family began to concerned about his to growing commitment to the cause, and telling him not to participate in any of the demonstrations, but he didn't pay any attention to them, and instead, he was a member in Indian freedom movement, and he soon started a movement or association which is known as Desabandhu Youth Associations. And in these members, the groups were consist of young peoples in and out of Tamil Nadu, and they conducted various protest marches against the British in all over Tamil Nadu, and they also inspired a lot of people, especially youth. And when the Gandhiji led a demonstration in Bombay in 1932, uh, and the British
18,
decided to
1972 or 1872?
1932, ma'am.
1932.
32, and the British decided to lock up the Gandhiji, and there were many riots and protests again all over the country, and the people carrying the Indian flag, which was banned at the time, and one of the participants who is holding the flag was Tirupur Kumaran, and the Britishers started the lathi charges on the protest against them, and the British cops were down hit so hard, and Kumaran feels unconsciousness, and and he is still clutching the Indian flag to preserving his dignity even after in death, and at the age of 27, he's lost his death, and Kumaran is remembered in Tamil Nadu by an epithet called Kodikatha Kumaran, which means Kumaran who protected the flag or saved the flag.
Mm, very nice. How did you search him?
Ma'am, on the Independence Day, me and my father were talking about Indian freedom fighters. At the time, he told about him.
Mm. Okay, I have a question for all. Okay, Smriti, you were telling us that your dad tells you stories every day. Tell me more.
Kamachi
Yes,
needs
ma'am.
to
My
talk about it.
father tells a story which he reads from a net. He loves reading more, and he will tell more stories about God, goddess, freedom fighters, and daily news. He will update our general knowledges.
Wonderful. Does he read in
And
Tamil
my
or does he
father,
read
my
in
father
English?
told about him, ma'am.
Does he read in Tamil or
No,
does he read in English?
ma'am, I need English only.
No, your daddy reads it in English or does he read it in Tamil?
He always tells the story in Tamil so that we can understand easily.
Right. What does he do?
Ma'am,
What does your daddy do?
ma'am, he is working in Power Active Technology in Chennai, ma'am. That is a medical company.
So does he travel every day to Chennai and come back?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Wow.
He goes in the morning and rides back in the night.
Yes. Yes. But he comes 3 hours going and 3 hours coming. He takes a bus or
Yes,
does he
ma'am.
take? Oh my God. Oh, he works so hard. He doesn't stay back in Chennai. He wants to come back home to Puducherry every day.
Yes, ma'am. We
Wow.
want to see my dad every day, so he's coming and going.
Wow. How lovely.
Thank you,
Because
ma'am.
that is almost 6 hours of travel or more than 6 hours of travel every day.
Yes, ma'am. 5 hours traveling
Yes. Yes.
if it is car.
Okay, I have a question from all of you youth.
Mummy, Kamakshi is not spoken about her unsung
Kamakshi,
hero.
your turn. Sorry.
It's okay, ma'am. Now, my unsung heroine is Maharani Jind Kaur. She was born in 1817 in Punjab. She was the most powerful queen of northern India. She was the youngest wife of Maharaja Ranjit Singh. She was also the mother of Maharaja Dalip Singh. After Ranjit Singh's death, Dalip Singh came to power in the age of 5. She was regent on son's behalf, not a rubber stamp. She fought like a lioness to protect his son. Be- historians historians have called Massalina of Punjab. Britisher describes her gorgeous woman.
Okay, let me ask you all youngsters one question. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
when you read these, when you search and research the story of unsung heroes, and you as youngsters, when you do that, and many some of these things are not in your books, but you get them, how do you feel? How do you feel about the youngsters of past, and how do you feel of youngsters of today? How do you compare the past youth which fought for the freedom movement and the youth of today? How do you feel? Titisha, how do you feel?
Ma'am, they all sacrifice their lives for us, and we are nothing in front of them. I'm very delighted whenever I search for any unsung hero or freedom fighter.
Hmm. So you are saying what they did comparatively. Why? What is the change? Why is this change, Titisha?
Ma'am, because in today's world we are all are selfish and we think of ourselves only. We don't think of others and we didn't help even others.
Hmm. Why are we selfish?
Ma'am, due to advancement of technology, we all have online friends and don't have much friends in offline mode. Like we do not have much friends in school, etc. And we all are selfish as we do not help each other. If someone asks us to give us their homework, we always like don't give them because we'll say that teacher will see that both of you have the same homework, same paragraph, and we do not give them as like we are selfish.
Thank you for this answer. Yuvraj, what do you think is the difference between the youth you are studying at the moment, unsung heroes, and if you see in so much all your history, repeatedly many unsung heroes have come. What is the difference between the past and the present? And why?
Ma'am, they had an objective to remove Britishers from the country, and they were all united for that goal. Today we have comforts, and we live in a comfort zone. We don't have that to face that difficulties that they had faced. So I think that we are very much, we should be very thankful to them, because this all is because of them only.
So you're saying, Yuvraj, that they all had a common purpose at that time. Today, we don't have a common purpose.
Yes, ma'am. We don't have that. We all have some small problems that, but we don't have a major objective to that is for a whole nation or a country.
So we don't have a common purpose, is your answer today. Then they all had a common purpose. Now, they all had a common purpose, they had a common enemy,
Yes,
but they did not have one person to unite them. Mahatma Gandhi and many others came later. So
yes, ma'am.
were they fighting on their own individually? Because Mahatma Gandhi and many other famous names came later.
Yes, ma'am. They fought on their own, ma'am. That is why didn't get the freedom very early. These revolutionary activities were going on from very earlier, but these were small in number and vast spreadly. Some revolutionary activities were going on Andhra Pradesh, Kudam Hills, or in South by Baba Ramchandra, etc., and some in Punjab. These all were different. So that is why Mahatma Gandhi and others came to unite all these activities together.
Very bright, very well done. Well done, Shuvraj. Good boy. Good. I wanted to hear your thinking. What do you think about it? What about you, Sucharita? What
Yes,
do you
ma'am.
think is the difference?
Ma'am, in older generations, people are very more courageous and they are more hardworking persons. But in this generations, there's no hard work is there, ma'am. But more than no more hard work is than, ma'am, because technologies were improved a lot, ma'am. So it was problem.
So one is hard work. You think earlier youth was hardworking,
Yes, ma'am.
and now,
They were hardworking, and now
now,
hardworking, ma'am, but not more than older generations. Technology has improved a lot, ma'am.
so has technology made us work less hard?
Ma'am, technology made somewhat uh, hard work. Can I able to say, ma'am?
What do you think, Yuvraj? Has technology made us lazy?
Yes, ma'am. I think that we have made some machines that because of them we have became lazy only, ma'am. I think that because they were in the factories, for example, they were the large number of workers who work day and night, but now they are modern machines. So the labor and the work of the labor is very less, and they have to do a less hard work than the old.
Wow, what an answer. What do you think, Diksha? Are we
Ma- yes, ma'am, we are lazy. As during the corona period, we are attending the classes online, and we always like sitting on the bed, lying on the bed, and do not have much energy as we are going in offline mode now.
Hmm.
Yes, technology has made us lazy.
Wow. Kamakshi, what do you think?
Ma'am, we are lucky that we have internet access and comforts. They significant their life freedom of country.
So what is the difference? So why they were willing to lay down their life for us, and today's youth, you mean to say they are not as passionate, as patriotic, etc.? What is the difference between the youth of the past and the youth now? Kamakshi, what do you think is the difference? Rithi, let me come back to Kamakshi later. I think we lost the connection. Rithi, what do you think?
Ma'am, first is laziness. Laziness had developed more in now. first of all, we are meeting a friends or family means we have to go and travel long distance. But now we are having mobile video call and we are seeing our friends in a video call and we are doing all the works in the mobile internet itself, ma'am. We are in the older generation we are going and purchasing goods, but now it's very easy. Now we can get all the things in online. So that laziness makes differ from the youth in the past generation and now.
Wow. Wow, you people are so bright. You're so analytical. I'm so happy to see this guy, the lovely children.
Thank you,
So what
ma'am.
should we do? What should we do, Triksha? What should we do? What should the youth of today do, Titiksha?
Ma'am, we should get energy like as by getting the diet, but we are not much uh, analytical, and we don't have much ideas about their sacrifices, and we are not much patriotic like those. And
Hmm. What do you think we should do, Yuvraj?
Ma'am, then think that the common objective only, ma'am. The problems we also have in nowadays in the country, like corruption, is a very big problem. So the youth should be, ma'am, told about the problem of the corruption and should they should change their behavior towards it. Now they neglect it and leave it for the other people or the government only. But we should tell the youth that it is develops at the ground level, so they should work, and then only we can get the youth to work like hard.
Very nice. Good point. Yuvraj, good point. Both of you, Triksha, good point. Sucharita, what's your point? What should we do?
Ma'am, in the youth, in this generation, we must be aware of the environment because in this environment, we must be more educated. Then we should be more like that, ma'am. We should be
What do
more
you think,
aware of
Rithi?
the environment.
Okay, awareness. Sucharita says awareness. Rithi, what do you think?
Ma'am, I told the past that is very laziness only, ma'am. If we avoid the internet lightly itself, we can improve ourselves. And the past 2 years, there is a corona period. We are using the internet. Our studies spoiled, and some we are not getting the good internet to attend the online classes. Some didn't have phone to attend the online classes, and I can't say that many are not having phones to attend the online classes. So then the government produced a laptop. I could see that my neighbors is a government school. My neighbors' children is a government school. They are playing games in the laptop. So in the 2 years Corona period, there is our studies are spoiled. So we can
But
what
did the
I
teachers
can
not
say
tell
I
them?
don't know.
But the teachers,
Huh?
did the teachers not tell them?
Sorry.
Rithi, did the teachers and parents not tell them that the laptop has been given to not play games but to study?
Yes, ma'am. My neighbors played more games instead of attending the online classes, and we had made the less usage of the mobile phone, and we are coming into the offline means it is a good habit, and we can avoid mobiles for playing games. We can use mobiles to gain knowledges by searching
Who,
more in Google's.
who can play the best role in shaping the thinking of the youth? Who? Titiksha? Who can play the best role in shaping the thinking of the youth? Who?
ma'am, we the youngsters, we are the future of the world,
But who can
future of the
shape your
country.
thinking? Who can shape your thinking? Who shapes your
Ma'am,
thinking?
our parents and our teachers, and big personalities like you.
Oh my God. Okay, Yuvraj, you? Who do you think can shape the thinking of the youth towards a one common purpose, as you said, good common purposes? Who?
Ma'am, I think that towards today's the youth is attracted and is influenced by the celebrities only. So I think that they only can change the shape the public opinion, the youth opinion. But the only person that can change is them only. So they have to change. They can only shape by spreading the knowledge and awareness.
But who influences them the most?
Ma'am, today's youth is mainly influenced by the film actors or celebrities like that, ma'am. They commonly follow them, ma'am, to that fashion and to in today's nowadays, ma'am. They tend to more follow that.
Hmm. So, Charita, who?
Ma'am, the inspiration persons like you, ma'am, can shape our youth of the nations, and we also can shape the youth of the nations, ma'am.
Who do you think, Rithi? Rithi Badni? Vadni? Switch on your mic. Yeah.
Ma'am, I think that teachers are more technology persons who shape our country, and they are the only one teaches us. If our mother is a very billionaire, our father is a billionaire, that's not mine. We will not obey their words itself. The teacher is the only one that we can obey. So I think that teacher is the best.
Kamakshi, what do you think? Who
Ma'am,
can
books.
who influences you most?
Ma'am, books, teachers, parents, great leader, ma'am, like you.
But are you having teachers doing that to you? Are the teachers playing that role?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Mhm.
ma'am.
But then why do we have a gap then? If teachers are playing the role, then why do we have a gap? Why don't we have the same kind of committed youth, dedicated youth towards common causes, as Yuvraj said? Then why do we have a gap? If you say teachers are playing that role, why do we have the gap? Saina, you want to say something?
जी, हमारे सामने इस वक़्त 5 यंगस्टर्स हैं and they're
Huh.
speaking a very blessed language.
Yeah,
So we have this youth.
quite right. Then
Yes.
the point here is if the teachers are playing the role, no, no, they are different. They're talking about youth as a whole, their friends as a whole, as they feel. So, what do you think? What do you think is deficient? What do you think is missing, Titiksha? I'm trying to understand. You are a bright youth, I know. That's why you're able to think with me and answer. What do you think needs to be done more? Let's say that. What do you think needs to be done more,
Ma'am,
Titiksha?
internet should be prohibited for the youngsters because they have spoiled the youngsters.
Because they're not using it rightly.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
if without the internet, how would you have studied the last 2 years in COVID, during COVID? If you did not have the internet, you would have had no classes. So it is the
Yes,
way
ma'am.
you use it.
It can't
Is
be
the way.
contradicted.
Yeah.
It
It's the
can't
way
be
you use.
contradicted.
Yuvraj, what do you think can be done better?
Ma'am, I think the neglected behavior of the youth towards the what the teachers say or the what the people say about is the main problem that why they do not follow this.
Why do they do it? Don't they have parents at home? Why are
Ma'am, they
they
have,
neglected?
but
Huh?
because they do not listen to anyone. Ma'am. I have my friends also. Them they do not care about what the teachers say or what the some parents say. That is why I say that the people who follow to whom they follow, that people only should do this responsibility, like the famous celebrities.
Sarita, what do you think needs to be done more? He says, Yuvraj says that the youth is not listening. They only follow what they want, but they don't listen to their teachers or even their parents. Is it a fact? Do you see this happening? Riti, what do you think? I'm
Ma'am,
forcing
that
you all to think.
no,
Carry.
ma'am,
Yeah, carry.
that's not a problem. Some students are going by the internet safely, but some are playing games and do various other activities in the by internet. they are doing more unwanted things in the internet. If we do the right proper things in the internet, like studying, gathering informations that are very useful for us, we
Hmm.
can use internet in that ways, not by using games, playing games, or watching other activities.
Kamakshi, what do you think? What should we do to have the youth of the kind, passionate youth of the kind we had pre-independence? What should we do?
मैम लोग अपने मैम प्रॉब्लम्स में फंसे रहते हैं मैम, वो कंट्री के बारे में अब सोचते ही नहीं है
हाँ. Hmm.
मैम। उनको उनसे अपने बाहर उठना चाहिए।
Hmm. Acha beta. Thank you so much. I wanted to. It's none of you were told that you'll be asked this question, but मेरा मन किया आपसे पूछने को. Felt like asking you this question because you are a very bright youth and very representative of different areas. Okay, let's come to quickly your questions, and then we will have a summing up. Kamakshi, your question. Your question from Jalandhar. Kamakshi, your question.
मैम शुड वी चूज अवर कैरियर अकॉर्डिंग टू आवर हॉबीज और आवर नीड्स?
You should choose your career, what you are fond of. It can be something which you are dear or you are happy with. If music is your hobby, career can be your music. Career can be your music. If sports is your hobby, sports today can be your career. It is all depends on what you like. And it is today not one. You can combine it with so much. Today you have many opportunities. You can pursue your hobby, and hobby can become a career. It is up to you, because today the opportunities are open for everything. Today that was not the case prior to earlier youth. Pre-independence youth had no other opportunities. British did not give them any opportunities. They were not even educating them. Today you have see, just as we've discussed the past and the negativity of the past, the positivity of today is opportunities. And the same internet provides you much more opportunities of knowledge and skill, isn't it? There's a lag in the internet.
थैंक यू मैम।
Yeah, good. Okay, Riddhi, your question. Riddhi Vadhani. Riddhi, your question.
Yes,
Riddhi, your
I
question.
want to
Yeah.
become an IAS in future.
Riddhi, your question.
I want to know how you manage the politicians and the people during your service to the nation. This will be very helpful for my future.
How did you see me dealing with them in Pondicherry?
Hmm?
Do you remember how I was trying to deal with them in Pondicherry? We've lost her connection. We'll go back to her later. Sucharita, your question.
Ma'am, my question is, how do you feel the woman insecurity when you are an IPS officer, and how do you feel the say insecurity of women in this generation, ma'am?
You see, the only way to beat insecurity is to be courageous yourself. But courage does not come without playing as children. Boys are born stronger than girls biologically. Boys are born stronger than girls biologically. They have more physical strength, they got more muscle strength. Girls may have more mental strength, but the boys have more physical strength. And therefore, to also have mental strength and physical strength, girls should play when they're small. But the girls don't play. Most of the girls do not go to play. They study, they read, but they don't play. It's playing which makes you physically and mentally stronger, and also therefore makes you more confident and makes you more courageous. Understand? So
Yes, ma'am.
you all have sports facilities in the schools, but The girls don't easily use them much. Boys use them, but all boys also don't play. But since boys are by nature physically more muscular, have more mental physical strength, so girls to be having more physical strength and stronger and more confident, courageous physically also is to play. You understand? That's why doing NCC, doing playing the National Cadet Corps, or going for adventure, going for mountaineering, going cycling, going on expeditions. It's good for girls to be courageous. Okay, doing self-defense training, strong these games which we have. Uh, uh, so these are traditional games which we play. Okay, Tisha, what's your question?
Ma'am, I want to be a software engineer in my life. How to decide our passion? Sometimes I am a bit confused regarding it. At what time we should decide about the biggest decision of our life? Ma'am, when I become, what should I become in my life? Please tell me which institute, which subject and coaching, time of decision of our aim.
At the moment, just do continue to do what you like to do, and as you continue to do, you will continue to know how much you like it, how much comfortable you are. So don't worry about when you'll be 19, you're 15. Focus on what you're doing now and see how much you continue to like it. Keep learning it. You will know whether you like it or you want to change it. And as you grow, you will continue to know where to go more for learning more, because as you research more, the more information will come your way.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so at the moment, if you're happy with software, to be software, keep looking at all the software, keep designing, coding yourself, creating programs yourself. Then you'll know, and naturally for that you will do more research, you'll do more study, and you will know whether you're liking it. So your interest will grow as you continue. So either you continue or you change. It's as you do, you will know, not as you think, as you do. Okay. And Yuvraj,
Thank
your
you,
question.
ma'am.
Hmm. Yuvraj, your
Yes,
question.
ma'am. Ma'am, I wanted to ask that what would you be like to remember as that afterwards, like as a teacher, a civil right activist, a police officer, or a teacher, ma'am?
Let me ask my daughter, how would she like her mother to be remembered? Saina, what do you think? How would you like your mother to be remembered?
I think you are somebody who did it your way. It's the same thing what I say for Abu. I did it my way. I would remember you as the Dr. Kiran Bedi who did it her way. Because I can't put you in any category or any bracket. Because whatever's come your way, you've embraced it. So you did it your way. And I think when you
Yuvraj, you
just
got the answer?
say Dr. Kiran Bedi, I think with Ma's Kripa, that's enough. That's more than enough.
Yuvraj, you got the answer?
Yes,
Who
ma'am.
could be better than she? Riti? Riti, did you have a question, Riti? You had a question.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I want to know how you manage the politicians and the people during your service to this nation. This will be very helpful for my future.
As you grow, you will learn to deal. This is called human relationships. But as you grow, you will learn how to deal with people. There is no set formula, but to be constantly learning and equip yourself in understanding human relationships. And that you will learn when you grow up, as you make friends, which friends are better, which friends are not good friends, which friends to keep, which friends to avoid. This is all human relationships. So as you grow, you will learn. And when you grow, then many other kinds of people will fall into your life, in your career, which will include politicians. Politicians are also simple people, but who also more indulge in politics. So you will deal with them. But that is how experience will teach you. But all you have to do is be clear and be a good human being yourself and be professionally strong, professionally equipped. You will learn how to deal. It's like dealing and making friends. Keeping good friends, rejecting bad friends. You learn by making friends, isn't it? You cannot, I cannot give you a chapter to read to say how do you make friends, but you reach out to friends. So we've lost her again. All right, Sana, would you like to sum up?
जी
5 minutes?
यस जय
Okay.
हाजी महा आई विल बच्चों कुछ थॉट्स जो आप सबको सुन के लिखे आप सब सोचना विचार करना बाद में हर एक की जिंदगी अलग होती है हर एक का ब्लूप्रिंट अलग होता है और थोड़ा सा ना इस वक्त जो समय चल रहा है और हवा में इट्स इजियर थोड़ा सा मुश्किल है टू वॉक द राइट पाथ अपने आप को पूरी तैयारी और करेज के साथ एक सही रास्ते पे चलाना पड़ता है चलना पड़ता है तो अपने अपने संस्कारों को पहचानो अपने अपने संस्कारों को जागरूक करो सर्वाइवल मोड को भी सही तरीके से जिया जा सकता है पर मेहनत मांगेगा और करेज मांगेगा
Riti does not understand Hindi. Riti will not understand it.
Riti, do you understand Hindi, beta?
No.
Slightly, ma'am, I will understand, but I can't speak Hindi.
So you understand. Great.
But do you understand, Riti?
Yes.
ma'am.
So the survival mode, our day-to-day challenges. Sometimes we go through a survival phase, a survival mode. उसको भी सही तरीके से with the correct core values can be lived through. It's possible, but you have to hold your own and you have to be courageous. So courage is very, very important to walk the right path. Being very clear about your do's and don'ts. You have to be very clear.
Okay,
बेटा
ma'am.
टेक्नोलॉजी ने तो हमारी मदद करी है. Our health, our electricity, our water, our education sector, our farming sector. हमने क्या करना है हमने वो इनोवेशंस को और सक्सेस को नमो करना है और हमने एक एटीट्यूड बनाना है ऑफ टेकिंग नथिंग फॉर ग्रांटेड फर्क ये आ गया है दैट वी टेक एवरीथिंग फॉर ग्रांटेड द डे वी लर्न हाउ टू वैल्यू व्हाट वी हैव एंड टेक नथिंग फॉर ग्रांटेड हमारा नजरिया बदलना शुरू हो जाएगा हेल्थ सर्विसेज बच्चे आर वैक्सीन्स सो इसके बारे में सोचो उसको नमो करो हम चेंज की बात करते हैं anything that we can't change in our own lives we have no right to complain about it आप खुद में तो बदलते नहीं हो लेकिन कंप्लेन करते हो anything you can't change in your life yourself no right to complain about so, उसके बारे में भी सोचो because you are contributing to the change एक और फर्क उस टाइम पर our elders were very karma oriented and उनका कर्मा पता कैसे था उनका कर्मा था giving the best outside but internally it was complete surrender they gave their everything outside to life but internally was complete surrender and that is the way to be give each day your best and then do namo to them because they are our providers that's another part of prayer फिर बेटा emotions like त्याग sacrifice patience being large hearted They were not weaknesses. ये ताकत के शब्द थे. त्याग वो ही कर सकता है जिसके पास अंदरूनी ताकत है. धैर्य वो ही रख सकता है जिसके पास अंदरूनी ताकत है. माफ वो ही कर सकता है जिसके पास अंदरूनी ताकत है. प्यार वो ही दे सकता है जिसके पास अंदरूनी ताकत है. वो उनके पास थी क्योंकि उनके दिलों में समर्पण था. ये सब कोर वैल्यूज उस वक्त बहुत जागरूक थी हमारे समय में, हवा में. ये बहुत जागरूक थी कोर वैल्यूज.
Very nice. Okay, the last one.
जी, आपने एक वर्ड यूज करा अपने अनसंग हीरो में बात करते करते, डिग्निटी. हर काम में डिग्निटी ढूंढो, हर रिश्ते में डिग्निटी ढूंढो, हर सोच में डिग्निटी ढूंढो, हर आदत में डिग्निटी ढूंढो. जहाँ डिग्निटी नहीं है वहाँ क्या मतलब रह जाएगा? चाहे वो आदत हो, चाहे वो रिश्ता हो, चाहे वो उठने बैठने का ढंग हो, क्या मतलब रह जाएगा इस शब्द के बगैर, डिग्निटी? तो विचार करो और आगे बढ़ो.
Very nice. Thank you, Saina.
Lots of love.
So, Diksha, you all have ideas to take. You have lots of ideas to take. Saina has given you a lot of thoughts to think about.
Yes, ma'am.
Diksha?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? Yeah. Yuvraj, you?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. What will you take away from this session?
Ma'am, I will take with that to think about that dignity and the how the youth was different, ma'am. I will think on it. I will keep research more on that, ma'am. And it was a very great session, ma'am.
Lovely. I think we have made you think today, and you've all been very good thinkers. All of you must feel fully credit. You were very original, and you were never prepared for this question, and you became very original thinkers for us.
Mommy, let's clap for them.
Yeah, I'm going to clap for you. You've been
Let's
wonderful,
clap for them.
Titika, Yuvraj, Sucharita, Kamakshi, and Rithi Vadani.
Yes.
Vadani. Lots of love to all of you children. We will stay connected as you must have been told. All right?
Ji.
Till we meet again. Till we meet again wherever. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Ji. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks a lot,
Jai
ma'am.
Hind, ma'am.
Thank you.
Jai
Bye-bye.
Hind, ma'am.
खुश रहो,
Yes.
हंसते खेलते रहो. थैंक यू. बहुत सुंदर बोले. और lots of love to your teachers, regards to your teachers, your parents, your brothers, sisters, your grandparents.
Yes.
They make you complete.
Good.
They complete you.
Thank you.
हाँ,
Yeah.
हमारी ऑडियंसेस का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. आपको इस सेशन के साथ अगले मंडे मिलेंगे. एक महीने के लिए मंडे को मिलेंगे.
Yeah, because
Thank you.
some of us are traveling on Friday. All
Ji.
Fridays have gone into travel. So we switched on to a day by which we were not traveling. So we didn't miss the weekly book reading. So we switched from Friday to Monday. So
Ji.
that we don't miss our connection with the children.
जी मैम.
Book reading. But you are staying connected in our WhatsApp group. So you will keep reading about each other. Okay? Good luck. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank
जी.
you.
जय धारी माँ बच्चों. खुश रहो.
Thank you.
Thank you.